Hola, I'm Heidi, and welcome to another episode of Money Talks. And we are now on the third installment of our series, Business Essentials. Okay, so during the first week, we were able to talk about um, turning your passion into business. So, talagang posible nga naman pala talaga na yung mga gusto mong gawin sa buhay, pwede mo rin siyang pagkakitaan. Ano po? So, natutunan natin yan the first week. And then, yung second week naman, now that we know how to turn our passion into business, how can we further automate it or how can we have a piece of that digital space na tinatawag natin or how can we put up an online store? So yun yung pinag-usapan natin last week naman. So now, syempre meron pa rin tayo mga traditional kasi na mga business owners or mga entrepreneurs that they would want or they would still prefer na brick and mortar yung kanilang yung kanilang negosyo or meron talaga silang uh, place o yung pinupuntahan talaga ng mga tao para tangkilikin yung mga produkto nila. And hence etong episode natin for tonight. And I really feel, and not just because I'm a financial advisor, but I really feel that this topic is really, really important because this is something that is parang less likely to be talked about by business owners. Okay? So just to share with you a very short story on why I wanted this talaga to be part of the series. Parang ilang years ago ba yon? Siguro 2 to 3 years ago, I had a client and restaurant owners sila. And ang nangyari kasi is nasunugan sila dun sa restaurant nila. And after the fire, after the incident, that's the time that they contacted me. And then they told me that they want to set up the insurance na nga for the rest of the stores. And even yung store na nasunugan din sila. Simply because ang laki nung na-incur nila na cost para doon sa renovation and doon sa rehabilitation nung nasunog na tindahan nila or nasunog na restaurant. And so that happened, no? They have been my client for how many years already ever since then. Nagre-renew na lang sila na nagre-renew. And what they told me is that I would rather pay the premiums of this insurance kesa naman yung biglaan na lang masunog yan tapos biglang hindi namin alam kung magkano yung aabutin. And ang maganda pa doon kasi even the equipment yung mga equipment, not just the store itself, it was insured as well. So, kapag merong nangyari, um, they are assured that the insurance will cover for those expenses. Hindi sila mag-out of pocket or mababawasan yung kanilang mababawasan kanilang pera para lang doon sa rehabilitation nga. 'Di ba, ng kanilang negosyo. So, kaya tayo merong ganitong topic because to be honest, napakarami talagang insurance. Guys, grabe. Every time I would have a meeting with my clients, what happened is inaalam ko na lang muna kung ano yung negosyo nila, inaalam ko yung kung ano yung purpose nila, kung ano yung kung paano yung operations nila. And that's the time that I suggest the kind of insurance that needs to be availed by the client because there are really so many insurance or non-life insurance. Kaya, yun yung iisa-isahin natin ngayon, particularly about business. Because the last thing we want to happen is we will be caught off guard. Tapos may mangyari sa negosyo natin at wala tayong pera pang rehabilitate ng business natin. Kailangan talaga natin ng insurance. And there's no better person to share this moment with me. Not to share this moment with me, no? To share this information with all of us, including me na rin. Kasi sobrang dami talaga niya. But this person na sobrang ever since has helped me talaga doon sa pakikipag-usap or doon sa actually hindi ko siya nakakasama sa meeting but I seek guidance from this person whenever I have dealings talaga sa mga non-life na yan dahil nga sobrang dami when I get overwhelmed siya talagang go-to person ko. So and hinahain ko siya sa inyo guys. This is a very, very good person. Sobra talaga salamat na nandito siya ngayon. Of course, my very good friend, Sir BJ Legaspi. Hello, Sir BJ.
Good evening, Heidi. Thank you for inviting me.
Sobra. pleasure is mine. But before that, if ever, guys, that you feel that this is something that you will learn from, and there are other friends of yours who will be benefiting from this episode, go share ahead. If you are a financial advisor and you want to share this to your clients, please go ahead, because at the end of the day, sila rin yung pupunta sa inyo kapag kung ano man yung matututunan nila dito. Okay, Sir BJ, yun nga, ang dami kong ang intro kanina regarding dun sa mga business insurance. In my case, is dun sa experience ko, no? But, before we proceed doon sa usapan natin ngayon, dun sa topic natin ngayon tungkol sa business insurance, syempre, tinatanong ko to sa lahat ng mga naging guest ko dito sa show, diba? Because I'm really curious to know why you do the things you do today. So, ano ba si BJ Legaspi nung kabataan niya?
Oh, first of all, uh, yeah, I was raised by a big family. I don't know if it's a big family, but we were five boys, and a lot of my siblings really wanted to focus on either two things: magiging nurse kasi my mom was a chief nurse, or go into business because my dad had several businesses, like seven of them. But there was one business that struck me, which was insurance. Kasi uh, I don't know if you remember way back in 1997, 98, it was a financial crisis, and my dad lost a lot of this businesses. We were in the trading business. We were supplying uh, tons of lard, industrial soap in hotels, and it went bankrupt. And the only business that stood out and remained was insurance. Sabi ng dad ko, pasalamat siya kasi capital niya, laway niya lang. And it helped us. It made us who we are today because he was able to support us despite those hard times.
And,
So I got interested.
alright. And you're talking about life or non-life na agad yun? Yung
It's
business niyo
both.
before?
It's both because my
Hmm.
dad was into both life and non-life business. Because um, today, life and non-life companies are separate, but my
Correct.
dad had a vision of really providing that all around uh, service to customers. So he carried both.
So, one-stop shop ito.
Yes, correct. So hindi na siya, it's an old concept na, and I'm just
Mm.
reviving what my dad uh, envisioned.
Alright. So, that's why in our company, yun yung ginagawa na natin ngayon. Simply because you saw the potential that being a one-stop shop is really the way to go. Kasi nga naman, di
Correct.
ba, isa lang yung kakausapin mo.
Yeah,
So,
the
hence,
convenience, the convenience of talking to one person, the trust is there, di ba? You don't have to look for multiple people, di ba? To
mm, mm,
provide you with multiple services. You can only just talk
correct.
to one person. Di ba?
Correct. Okay, but right now kasi you are parang more exposed sa non-life insurance naman. How is it going with you naman po?
That's great. Uh, we call it non-life in the Philippines, but actually in the States, they call it property and casualty. And they call it, it's more known as general insurance
Okay.
in Europe.
All right.
So, I don't know why it was called non-life here in the Philippines. Kasi siguro dahil life yung isa, so siguro yung isa na lang non-life, di ba? I,
Yung isa
tra-
naman
I
kasi walang buhay daw.
Yeah, I traced back history pero wala kang ma-explain kung bakit naging non-life siya eh. But
Hmm.
its origins, it's really property and casualty or general insurance in nature.
All right.
So, and that's the oldest form of insurance, even before investments, before life insurance. That's the first type of insurance that was ever created in the history.
Correct,
Kasi,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
So,
sir.
and us Filipinos, I feel like it's an untapped market. That's why I focused on the non-life business because a lot of our customers today, or even Filipinos themselves, see it as more of a requirement because it's required to buy. when you have a home loan, you're required to get fire insurance, no? So it's more of a requirement. So people do not really actively chase
Mm.
financial advisors to really say, hey, I want to buy. So that's
Correct.
the sad part. That's why, for me, um, as long as buhay pa ako, I would educate people and teach them why they need non-life insurance.
All right. So which gets me to the next question. Why do people need non-life or general insurance?
Oh, okay. So that's a it's a simple answer. Why? Because if you look at, diba, the dynamics of earning,
Mm.
diba, getting rich and amassing assets, everything you work hard for, no, turns to money, and the money you spend on what? Properties, right?
Yeah.
You
Mm-mm.
buy cars, you buy properties, you invest, right? And
Mhm.
imagine, no, all your hard-earned money goes to these properties. Diba? Sayang naman kung mawala yung properties na to. Pinaghirapan mo yan. Buong lifetime mo yan. Pinag-ipunan mo yan. Diba? You
Correct,
don't want
correct.
to lose a home. You don't want to lose your car. Right?
Mm-mm.
And,
Mm-mm.
and these are big investments. Even our gadgets today, like as simple as a mobile phone or an iPad, no, it's being insured. So how much more other properties with greater value, like a
Correct.
business, di ba? Talagang
Mm-mm.
pinag-ipunan mo yan, pinangungutang mo yan para lang maipundar yung capital. And you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
lose that capital because of accidents, unforeseen circumstances, di ba? So ang dami kasing tragic stories around it eh. And lagi na lang tayong sayang what if, di ba? Sayang
Yeah.
sana I could have done this and that. So we
Mm-hmm.
could have avoided, no, these stories, no, only if we appreciated the value of non-life insurance.
Correct, correct. And so ang dami kasi rin nating sinasabi na about different kinds of insurance, 'di ba? So
Correct.
are there types of non-life insurance that we need to take note of? Kasi sobrang dami nga eh, 'di ba? So how do you, is there parang a category
Category.
for
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So weird nga I mentioned na bakit tawag non-life kasi there are two types of general insurance, di ba? Or non-life. One is property. So lahat ng klaseng property, whether it's a building, it's your condo, it's your car, it's your sari-sari store, it's the goods that you import, di ba? Or you ship, uh, it's your stocks, it's your clothes, all your furnitures and fixtures. Those are property insurance properties, right? And
Mhm.
we insure properties. The second type of general insurance is casualty. And when you talk about casualty, it talks about people. So parang weird nga kasi nga tawag natin non-life but we insure people, right?
Yeah,
Oo. Kasi we insure accident insurance.
yeah.
Types of accident insurance like travel insurance. Tao naman ini-insure mo, hindi naman siya non-life eh. Correct?
Correct. Mm-mm.
'Di ba? We also have professional liability insurance.
Mm.
Personal liability. May nadulas sa bahay ninyo, nabalian, kailangan ipagamot, nakagat ng aso, 'di ba? There's burglary inside the home. So,
Yeah.
these are casualty insurances that we also cover in non-life.
Mm.
So, ang dami siya. Mm.
Sir, sir, ngayon ko lang na ano yan yung nadula sa loob ng bahay mo. So, we are saying na kahit pala hindi business, kahit sa loob lang ng bahay mo, if merong na aksidente ka na bisita, pwedeng i-cover ng insurance yon.
Yes, actually, our type of insurance today is very comprehensive.
Mhm.
'Di ba? Madulas yung floor mo, yung sala mo, nadulas
Mm.
yung kapitbahay mo, bisita or
Mm,
relative,
mm.
no? Meron tayong budget for or allocation for medical reimbursement or nakagat ng
Hmm.
aso. Even today, the packages that we offer even include the house help.
Yeah,
Mga tulong
oo.
natin.
Yeah,
Covered
yeah,
din
correct, correct.
sila. Yeah, may sarili silang coverage, no? Inutusan mo sila, tumawid sila ng bahay, nabundol, oh. no? Knock on wood. May coverage yung katulong natin. Drivers, no? And it's part of the package. And it's, I don't know, but for me, it's dirt cheap, ha? I mean, what would
Yeah,
you be willing to
sobra.
lose? I mean, in home insurance today, how much do you pay? For every 1 million peso protection or cover, you pay how much? 1,200
1,000,
to
yeah,
1,400
1,000.
a
Correct.
year
Correct.
for 1 year. Mas mura pa siya kaysa Starbucks coffee drink mo. Di ba?
Tama.
Oo. In 1 month. Di ba? So why
Correct,
would
correct, correct.
you deprive yourself of having that protection when it
Mhm.
gives you peace of mind for that very, very low price? Di ba?
Correct, correct. Ang galing nun. Okay, may mga nagko-comment dito. Of course, the ever-present Wendy Castañeda. You just don't secure your and your family's future, but you also secure your assets. Yeah, thank you so much for your comment, Wendy. And si Jane, kung cellphone nga, lalo na iPhone, ang mahal ng insurance. Totoo naman, nai-insure na yan ngayon. And ito
Correct.
pa, parang sa mga restos, kahit nadulas ang customers, covered sila. Yeah, that I know of. But ang
Yes.
nagulat ako talaga is yung sa bahay. Kasi nga, ang
Hindi
alam
lang
ko lang yung
dulas,
sa,
restaurants, hindi lang dulas, pati food poisoning, and
yeah,
so
oo.
many things. There are packages that are unique to each industry, no? Gas station packages, barbershop na nasugatan yung tenga mo or yung ulo mo, may liability insurance yan nakasama.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So, guys, that you have to take note of that. Kasi for every industry, there is an general insurance na pwede nyong ilagay para dyan. So, katulad nga na sinabi ni Sir BJ, pati pala sa barbershop, pwede din. Kasi parang mas risky kasi dahil may mga gunting nga. Dahil yun naman na nasa
Yes.
isip ko.
Or for
Barbershop.
doctors, sa clinics nila, meron silang professional liability insurance.
Mm, 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 mm.
Diba?
Sige nga, Sir BJ, ano pa yung, can you give us some more examples of industries that parang hindi natin akalain na meron palang general liability insurance sa pwede sa kanila?
There are so many variants actually, depends on the type of industry. But
Mhm.
what general insurance does is, from creating your business, nung tatayo ka pa lang,
Mhm.
for example, store mo, di ba? May mga workers ka working on the store. Di ba? An accident happens. Meron tayong, uh,
Carry.
construction all risk insurance. Right? Carry,
Carry,
you're correct.
correct.
Correct, di ba? May mga equipment insurance tayo. So from the building pa lang, even bidding pa lang with your
Mm.
contractor, 'di ba? Pagka pumalpak sila sa bidding, may
Mhm.
bidders bond na tayo. So there's ample amount of protection from creating your business into operating your business. Tsaka ang dami pang types of coverage yan. May mga tawag tayong mga natural perils or accidents like,
Acts of God.
no, hindi
Mga
pa yan.
ganyan. Iba pa
Natural
yun.
pa lang na
Okay.
perils, fire,
Mm.
nasunugan,
Yeah.
di ba? Mga faulty electrical wirings, di ba? Iba pa yung acts of nature, yung typhoon, flood, earthquake, di
Earthquake.
ba?
Mm.
Di ba? So there are so many coverages like malicious damage, may nag may nag-spray paint doon, sinira yung mo dahil may may I don't know, may kaaway ka, di ba? Or vehicle impact, may tumama na kotse doon, di ba? Sa store mo. So it has a comprehensive cover, and normally insurance companies have packages that are all in na kompleto na lahat. You don't have to worry. So yung sinabi kong presyo kanina na, like for example, sabihin natin 1,500. For
Mm.
business siguro around 2,500 to 3,000.
Which is
3,000 for
still not
every
bad.
3,000 per year for every 1 million is not
Mm.
bad. And it
Mm.
protects you with everything already. And there's a long list of like benefits, like more than 30 benefits that you can avail of. We don't want naman, 'di ba, na magka-aksidente yung customer, pero just in case it happens, what would you rather lose? 3,000 pesos or 1 million pesos? 'Di ba?
Correct. Mm. Mm.
It just makes sense eh.
Tama.
Mhm.
Kasi pati equipments din, sir, eh. Sobrang mahal ng equipments din.
Correct.
So, for example,
And pagka nasunugan ka, ang coverage ng insurance is not just to replace the property, even yung business loss eh. For example,
Mm-mm.
nag-stop cooperating for 6 months. Ko-compute yan kung magkano yung kinita mo doon. Tapos i-reimburse yan.
Guys, narinig nyo ba yon?
Oo. Di ba? Oo. Or sa bahay, as simple as residential property. Nasunugan ka ng bahay. Bibigyan ka ng budget ng insurance company
For relocation muna.
for
Temporary.
rental
Yeah, correct.
allowance. Yes. So it's really it is created to make our lives easier. 'Di
Correct.
ba? Masakit na nga masunugan ka, mawalan ka ng property. Mas masakit pa wala ka pang insurance to cover it, right?
Totoo. And ang
Mm.
maganda pa dun, sir, one thing that I appreciate about the general insurance is it's really well thought of, no? Kasi katulad nga ng sinasabi natin examples na kung nasunugan yung business mo, syempre you will need ample time to rebuild the business. So may stop operation ka in the middle eh, 'di ba? So babayaran yung stop operation period mo. Kung bahay naman 'yan and you need to at nasunog 'yan, syempre kung mag-rebuild ka, wala ka nga naman titirhan. Hence the rental allocation for you. So sobrang
Correct.
nakakatuwa lang yung
In
sobrang
fact,
nakakatuwa lang yung feature na yun.
if you notice during the pandemic, ang daming work from home, right?
Mhm, mhm.
'Di ba? So parang nagtrabaho sila sa bahay. Uh, and ako mismo personally, I got this idea from our global partner outside, no? And I implemented it last year.
Mhm.
Wherein lahat ng home insurances namin ngayon, nilagyan ko siya ng libreng COVID sanitation and cleaning services. So ibig
Which
sabihin
makes
nun, pag
sense.
may nag-positive sa bahay nyo ng COVID, just give us the RT-PCR results and pwede ka na magpa-reimburse sa amin ng cleaning services. In fact, yung cost of cleaning services is way more expensive than your 1 year's worth of premiums, di ba?
Totoo. And it comes free
Mm.
with the plan already.
Free. Yeah, it's free.
Amazing, amazing. Grabe, no? Ang galing. So, oh, okay, just for this part, ang sobrang takeaway ko is that during the construction pa lang, there is already a general insurance that will fit the need. Okay. Hindi kasi natin alam na need pala natin siya. Malalaman lang natin na need pala natin siya kapag kami nangyari na. But the good thing here is that we are all being educated that from the very start, na nagdidig ka pa lang diyan or even the negotiations pala, Sir BJ, na. Kasi may
Mm.
mga bonds nga na
Correct,
tinatawag.
correct.
So even during the negotiations, there is already a general insurance called bonds naman that the contractor or the people involved can already avail of. And it's really mas konti siya, mas mura siya kumpara doon sa potential risk or potential loss na pwedeng mangyari just in case nga na may mangyari, 'di ba? So at least covered na siya nung bonds na 'yon. Bago itayo, habang tinatayo, at during operations na, pwede rin, no? And if something happens to the business or the property, meron pa ring insurance na dedicated for that one. Kaya sobrang dami talaga niya, no? Grabe talaga. Ayan. So, that is my takeaway for that. So, my next question now is, kasi we have been talking about different kinds of general insurance. But is there such thing as over-insuring a business? Kasi 'di ba parang in maka-quantify ba talaga natin kung magkano yung value ng business na yun? Sir BJ, I don't know.
Okay, so that's a good question. I can correlate that with life insurance. In life insurance kasi, there's no exact value of a person, right? The human life value. That's why depends on how much the person earns, the economic value, di ba? In
Correct.
in non-life naman, there's such a thing as a replacement cost. And you cannot go beyond a replacement cost. Meaning, for example, your business is worth 10 million, but you want to insure it for 30 million.
Mm.
May assessment kasi yan when it comes to claims eh. And if the assessed value is only 10 million, we will only pay 10 million pesos. There's an
Mm.
adjuster, a third party adjuster that's not independent of the insurance company who will inspect the site and look at the replacement value,
All
less
right.
the depreciation.
So, ibig sabihin, during the application, it is still possible na ma-approve siya doon sa preferred value na nilagay niya. Tapos, syempre, yung premium adjusted doon sa ano, 'di ba? Doon sa value na nilagay niya. But come
Correct.
claims, kung ano lang yung value niya
Replacement
talaga,
value. Yes.
replacement value niya, yun yung susundin. And syempre, forfeited na yung payment, yung overpayment, kumbaga,
Yeah,
na binayaran niya for 30 million, dapat 10 lang, ganun.
because the problem is we have packages now that we don't need to inspect, so we trust the customers that they will declare the right value,
Hmm,
'di
mm,
ba?
mm, mm.
Kasi imagine if everybody over-insures, di sunugin nila bahay nila. Di kikita na
Totoo.
sila agad, di ba?
Mm, 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 mm.
So that concept of insurance is to replace what was lost, not to gain out of insurance.
Pinagkakitaan.
So, pinagkakitaan nila. And it happens, ha? And those are challenges that we encounter. But at the end of the day, there's fraud detection naman, and we are here to safeguard naman the insurance company and the customer
Correct.
as well.
Mm-mm.
So
Tama, tama.
there are cases din na you insure with multiple companies, right? Like
Yeah,
for
that's my
example,
next question actually.
yeah, sige, go ahead.
Go, 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 sir.
So there are cases where I insure it with this company A and then another company B and another company C. Where do I claim? There's a rule, there's a section in the general insurance general provisions stating that um, automatically we become co-insurers in your property.
All right.
So, pwede kasing I would settle the claim but I will talk to the other insurers and mag-usap kami, hati-hati kami dun sa claim. So, portions.
And it has to be for example, when I am the business owner, when I claim, isa lang yung pupuntahan ko. And then yung pagki-claiman ko, they would know, the company would know kung meron pa akong existing insurance sa ibang company. Tama ba?
We compare because just like
Mm.
banks na may negative database, meron din
Mm-mm.
kaming database that's shared with others in claims so that
All right.
we can compare and do fraud detection as well.
Correct,
So we
correct.
have that and we call it when we pay a claim to a customer and then we we go after the other insuring companies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a term called subrogation, and we normally do that. And
All right.
normally, it's only one. The customer will only talk to one company para walang hassle masyado.
Mm.
Mm.
Kasi iniisip ko, kung loko-loko akong business owner, mag-apply ako sa, for example, 3 companies, tapos claim ako sa isa, tapos ire-reserve ko muna yung dalawa. Just in case may future claim. Posible ba yun, sir?
It happens, but we're able to detect it. That's part of fraud
Hmm.
detection, and it's a way to safeguard the insurance companies as well. So we have that community where we share information and we compare notes.
And there's clawback.
Clawback, no, because you won't be able to claim double or triple.
Alright, alright. So, hindi talaga makakalusot, guys.
I
Hindi
hope
nyo
so.
hindi nyo maiisahan ng insurance company, sa totoo lang. Even sa life din naman eh, hindi rin naman maluloko talaga.
There will be
Siyempre,
people who will be magaling talaga, pero
mm,
eventually, the insurance companies update themselves to be resilient as well. Kasi
correct.
how else would we survive if we're not able
Mm.
to detect fraud cases like these, right?
Exactly. Sir, we have come to the final minutes of our program and sobrang dami ko talagang takeaways. I am already in the insurance industry but there are still aha moments during our conversation. But talking to the business owners out there who will be listening to our program or who will be watching our replay later on, what is your message to them about, or they're, especially when they're getting their insurance for their business?
Okay, so um, to all the listeners, no, especially business owners, this pandemic, this 2 year pandemic has been a challenge to all of us, and kailangan na natin bumalik, no? It's good for the economy. Uh, I'm a small business owner as well, and honestly, talagang um, nothing beats peace of mind. I've mentioned earlier that you've you've amassed a substantial amount of money to put in your business, di ba? And to run a business is a challenge already. Let alone having accidents happen, natural calamities. Dito sa Pilipinas, uso yan eh. Talagang pag sinabi mong typhoon season, darating at darating yan. Right? And that's just how it is, no? The Philippines is just situated in the ring of fire. In terms of calamities, we're second to Japan in terms of number of calamities, and 9 out of 10 in the last decade are really, really super calamities. And I don't want you to have that um sana I could have moment, no, if you could do it right now, because treat it as a business, no, part of your business expense, to invest more in your property to protect it, no, because as I've mentioned, the business expense that you will have for insurance is very, very small, very, very minimal, as compared to the peace of mind that you will be getting. And insurance companies have innovated already, no, lahat yan. And you would be amazed with so many added services that we can provide to business owners like you. So come visit, no, talk to your financial advisors like Heidi, no, kasi ang dami kayong malalaman, no, that hindi pa, akala mo walang part, hindi siya part ng coverage, pero kasama pala, no. And that in itself, no, will make you not worry about things like, accidents, fire, uh robbery, burglary, and other things, no, that I can name a long list of items that can, that you can benefit out of your property insurance or casualty insurance. So again, no, don't disregard that, no. Minsan ang pagsisisi ay nasa huli. So be proactive, no, and talk to your financial advisor as soon as possible. So yun lang po. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Correct. Thank you so much, Sir BJ. And before I let you go, ipapakita ko muna ang mga next episodes natin. Okay, actually, isa na lang yung episode na natitira for this month. Okay, so kung hindi nyo pa napanood ang mga previous episodes natin about business essentials, you can do a marathon, and you can also, you can also watch this na sa YouTube channel natin, and of course, sa podcast natin sa Spotify. Episode 1 was really all about turning passion into business with engineer Hannah Trespasses. Second episode was the power of e-commerce for your business with Maylene Chua Magleo. And of course, now we're having this episode with Sir BJ about insurance as a tool for business continuity. And next week, eto na ang magtatapos ng ating series for this month. And so your business and your tax compliance with Professor Sai de la Torre. Sobrang exciting because I think if you will be able to marathon all these episodes, somehow you will have that idea kung paano mo talaga ma-run yung business mo ng nag alam mo yun na online ka na, tapos nag-ano ka pa, insured ka pa, you have peace of mind, di ba? And of course, you also have to know about your tax compliance requirements as well. Sir BJ, sobrang thank you. As in, ang dami ko talaga natutunan, and sobrang salamat din talaga sa support mo sa akin ever since the world began. Sa mga partnerships na ginagawa natin, sobrang sobrang saya kasi kayo talaga ni Butri yung nakakasama ko sa mga projects na pinapasok natin. And guys, if you were able to learn through this episode, I hope that you will keep on sharing this episode. If you don't have a financial advisor yet for your non-life insurance, you can contact me. But if you have a trusted financial advisor already, you contact them na. As in now na. As in now. Kasi, bago pa may mangyari dun sa negosyo mo, merong mga financial advisors out there na makakatulong sa'yo bago pa mangyari yon. So, that's it. And of course, guys, until next week sa ating last episode for this series, don't forget that you can be the most empowered women that you are destined to be if you just believe in yourself. Bye, guys. Bye, Sir
Thank
BJ.
you. Thank you so much.